No, we're not starting
oh.
yet. Now we started. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the latest in our series of videos that answer your fostering questions. We actually thought it would be really useful this week to look at the profile of children that we're receiving requests for. So that is the children who are looking for foster carers. I think we still... There's still a sort of preconception that there are all these babies out there, you know, looking for fostering families, and indeed there are babies. However, I really wanted to today look at the realities of actually what sort of foster carers are needed for what sort of children. So I'm going to hand over to Elle, if you could give us a bit of an update just over the last few weeks of what sorts of children we've had through.
Yeah, do you know, I was quite shocked when I looked at how many requests we've had over the last 3 or 4 months. And it's averaged between 150 and 190 requests each month for families for children. So that's individual children. So, you know, we're not underestimating this when we say that there is such a massive need out there. And really, those requests have completely varied. We're still not having requests for really tiny children, and that's not what we really are set up for, although they still come in occasionally. But really, we've had everything from quite a few requests for young mums and their babies to provide foster carers for. We've had requests for some really big sibling groups and some smaller sibling groups. So the largest, I think, was 8 children needing to find a family. So when I say you don't need a mansion, actually you do. Because sometimes if we want to keep children together, you need a big home. We've had, as ever, we have a lot of teenagers. And I really want to put a word in for teenagers because I really love teenagers. I might be weird, but I do. And I think they get a really bad press. Yeah. And often people say, oh, I want a younger child because I can mould them, because, you know, it's easier to undo some of the damage. But with teenagers, they just need to be given a chance. And it's a different kind of parenting. You can't control teenagers. You've got to negotiate with them. But actually the rewards, if you're caring for a teenager who actually feels that you believe in them and you can give a bit of rope to make mistakes, and you know, didn't we all make mistakes when we were teenagers? That's just such a fabulous thing to offer. And there is a huge need for teenagers, starting from young teenagers right up to sort of 16 and even 17, that last vital year before they start to go out on their own and finish college or go into higher education or work or whatever. What a time to be able to influence a young person's life. So really lots and lots of requests right across the board, as ever.
And you mentioned a few sort of different types of fostering in there. You were talking about young mothers. Can you elaborate a little bit on that for those that might not know? I
mean, they all have their own different circumstances, but the ones that I can think of that we've had over the last couple of weeks have been young mums who perhaps have had quite a tricky upbringing themselves, might have been in care themselves and need that extra support in looking after their babies, either newborn babies or children who are a few months old. And one request we've had has been for a mum with 2 of her children. And I think that really emphasises the fact that we are trying to keep families together wherever we can, and our foster carers can play such an important role. They're parenting the child and the parent in many ways, and then teaching them those invaluable parenting skills. Those offers of a family life tend to last probably for about 6 months, and that's generally when there's a court involved, and there would be a court process looking at how well that young parent is going to be able to meet their child's needs. But it's a very specific thing that fostering families can offer.
So would you say that there's sort of a specific skill set or set of qualities depending on what sort of child you foster, or is it a more universal?
I really don't want to pigeonhole our type of carers. As we say often to you on our videos, foster carers come in all shapes and sizes. There are some core attributes, I suppose I'd call them, which are the genuine wish to do something really amazing in the life of a child, a stickability, a sense of humour. But actually I wouldn't want to go too far down that road. You don't need specific qualifications. You don't need to have a whole list of things that you can or can't do. You know, it actually, every child is different, so every family that we work with is different, and every fostering family will be a right fit for a child out there somewhere. So, you know, don't rule yourselves out, rule yourselves in, and let us have a chat with you about that.
So if you do want to chat to us about fostering, if you're interested in discussing further whether you might be right or whether you've heard something today that's piqued your interest, you can get in touch with us via Facebook or via info@easternfosteringservices.com. We also hold regular events, and in fact we hold these events across Essex and Suffolk and Cambridgeshire. We are holding one at the end of October in Peterborough, 29th of October, which is a Monday, I believe. There will be more information coming onto our Facebook page, so do keep an eye out, or alternatively get in touch and ask us when our next more local one is, and we'll get back to you.
And we're always happy if you ever passing, drop in the office and say hello to us, and we're always happy to see people, talk to them for however long or short you want to.
Thank you.
Cheers, see you soon.
Bye.